The OKC Thunder are miles ahead of any team right now in the Western Conference. And really, at this juncture of the season, it's almost laughable how this young group of players, led by SGA, has
Oh
put the
my.
league on complete notice. And they've been without Chet Holmgren for a good portion of this season. How are they able to do this?
I just think it's grit and discipline. At the end of the day, come on, they are the next team is 7 games behind them in the West. Seven. Grizzlies and Rockets. Well, Grizzlies number 3 and Rockets number 2. 7 games behind. Y'all think y'all gonna catch up with OKC? It would have to be a significant group of losses for any team in the West to catch up with OKC. Come on, they're doing things that for me a young core should be doing, and it should be highlighted more in these NBA streets. I
Mhm.
love the work that they're doing right now. It's just and it's fun to watch, hands down. But let me see, OKC Thunder number 1 in the West, deservingly so, right? And the follow up last season with this season's performance as well, it's
Mhm.
something that you got. If you don't have a ticket for the bandwagon of OKC Thunder, I don't know what you're waiting for. Because you can't
uh
because you can't sit next to me. Not for real.
Yeah, so OKC have won 18 of 19 games since Hardenstein has been back from injury. Again, they're still playing without Chet Holmgren. Wait a minute, regarding Chet. Now, this is a guy his rookie season who was out injured. Now he's out with a fractured pelt. Like, is this something that we need to start expecting of him? I mean,
Yes,
his stature, it is what it is. He's
it
thin.
is what it is.
He's
Yeah.
yeah, but is he gonna be
Yes.
is he gonna be labeled now as an injury prone player?
He's on the cusp of it. If I had to say so myself, he's on the cusp of it, right? Hopefully, when he comes back, we can see him play and not be injured again. Maybe, won't have a major injury. But yeah, he's on the cusp of it for sure. However, this goes to the fortitude of what the of Oklahoma City Thunder front office did. They knew that they needed something because Chet Holmgren played in the postseason. They knew
Hmm.
that they needed something, a bigger center, maybe a backup for Chet, and they brought in Hardenstein. They knew it. And to think that they knew they needed something and they got it, and to think that they would have to use that thing as much as they needed to use it for right now, which is in Isaiah Hardenstein, because he is balling. Not a step missed since he became part
Hmm.
of the starting lineup, says a lot for that organization. So yeah. When you go get what you need, because you have the draft capital to do so and you got the money to do so, and that acquisition now allows you to still maintain your status quo at the top of the conference. What more can Oklahoma City Thunder ask for? And Isaiah Hartenstein is a big piece of
Hmm.
that. So even though Shed is not there, I was reading something, and in one of the I was watching something on OKC recently, and in the comment section, somebody mentioned that when Shed comes back, they want to see him as the 4. I agree. I don't want Isaiah Hartenstein's minutes to now be diminished because
Hmm.
now Chet Holmgren is back. I think they both can coexist together on the floor and to be just as successful and to maintain the success that the Oklahoma City Thunder needs and going into the postseason. So I was
Hmm.
like, yeah, that's something to think about.
Yeah, yeah. Now Shea Gilgis, he's in MVP talks, was really close last season. I think he was second runner up to Nikola
Yes,
Jokic.
yes.
He's leading the team right now in all categories except rebounds. Rebounds are held by Jalen Williams. I think Jalen gets overlooked a lot when you talk about the OKC Thunder. Really good player. Um, just a smidge of inconsistency offensively. He's going to give you that dog on the defensive end. But if you talk about consistency, both Jalen and Shea have played basically all the games this season. So you talk about durability, two guys that are young, exciting to watch, who have clearly bought into Mark Dagnall's system. I
Clearly.
mean, you can't ask for anything else,
For
right?
me, this is a prime example of um, Batman and Robin. We're talking about what does that look like? I see that with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams, right? Batman to Robin. You need both of them to be successful, and everybody else gets in where they fit in. Right now, as the Oklahoma City Thunder team is constructed with their starting 5, I think that it's what's needed. And I love, although Jay Williams sometimes can be a slightly inconsistent, but when he gets in, when he's locked in
Ooh, uh-huh.
between him and Shea Gildas, It's amazing. I say every time, if Shai Gilgeous is raining threes confidently, what is the other team gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Because you already know. Oh, let me tell you, I'm all things OKC. Wait. So I was watching the post game. I want to say it was a post game discussion on court that the guy has. I don't know his name, but the guy he's always there after the games with the OKC, especially when they're at home, and he's interviewing the crew. In this case, he was particularly interviewing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he was talking about, this was after the Wolves. After they beat the Wolves, they spanked the Wolves. Just I'm gonna throw that out there. But anyway, after that game, the guy asked, "Well, how are you able to?" maintain with all the defense, and how you able to, still get your shot off? He said, Shai Gilgeous, and I'm paraphrasing. He was like, I don't care who's guard or who I'm up against. I'm going to always get to my spot. Oh, this is what I practice in the offseason. I said, yes, yeah. Confidently, I'm going to always get to my spot. So this lets me know that the work he put in the offseason is showing up consistently in the season. And players need to get on board with that. Shai Gilgeous is coming to play basketball.
Yeah.
I am.
He's so slithery, right? Like when you think you stopped him, he's on the other side of the rim. I mean, he can contort his body so many ways, and he's ambidextrous. It's nothing you can do.
Them legs. Sometimes I'm like, is he about to do the splits? How far apart they are when he's putting you on skates? Heart.
Oh, touched earth, right?
Touched earth.
He touched earth. Yeah.
Wow. It is just something. And I don't know what else to say. MVP vote? Yes. All-star vote? Every time. Who's on your all-star ballot? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Every vote, he's going to be on my all-star ballot every time I vote.
Not too long ago, the OKC Thunder acquired Alex Caruso. We were all excited, right? Just for the defensive end, because you ain't getting much offense from Alex Caruso with this team. Okay, fine. He's currently out right now with a hip. And it's like, next man up. The way Aaron Wiggins came in and solidified the game for OKC against the New York Knicks. And the way the team rallied around him was very happy for him. I think he hit like 4 or 5 threes in the fourth quarter. He sealed it for them on a comeback. That's what I'm talking about. When you have that type of depth, and then SGA post-game said, we're a talented bunch, 1 through 15, high IQ guys. I said, oh my God.
This is what I'm saying. You can tell that they study the game. You can tell that they're serious. For me, they give me individually serious about the game, but collectively, how you going to be on this team and you're not serious? You're not going to last, right? And everybody is locked all the way in. You can tell if they're engaged, if they're doing film sessions. They give me a team that watch film on their own. That's what they give me. And Shai Gilgeous is probably the leader of that. The way he speaks in the post games, confidently, and it's almost like, what? You didn't know? You don't see it on display? What you asking me that stupid question for? He's not going to say that, but that's what he gives me. Not cocky, but super confident. And that team, I tell you. And you know what, though? Another person that will not give you many points, but you got to see on the floor is Lou Dort. You don't want Lou Dort guarding you. You don't want him guarding you, because if he's guarding you, your whole game is disrupted. It's just disrupted. You see it time and time again. That Lou Dort on defense is unmatched.
It is. I mean, he is. He's a phenomenal defender, and you better watch out for his 3 ball, like you said.
Another thing that really stands out to me about Oklahoma City Thunder is their defense. I joked in previous videos, hands. Oh, no, they got hands. Yes, they're number 1 in deflections right now. Number 1 in the league in deflections, number 1 in steals per game in the league. This is what they do. You don't know whose hands. I've seen Shai Gilgeous. Was it Shai? It was either Shai or Jay Williams. I don't remember because I watch a lot of their games. But this past week, literally take the ball out of somebody's hand. Literally, like the person was bouncing in. What game was that against? Was it the Wolves? I don't remember. Or was it the Clippers? I don't remember. But one of them games this week literally was like, you thought in mid-bounce. Somebody mid-bounce. The opponent was bouncing the ball, going on for offense. Oklahoma City was on defense. And as the person was bouncing the ball, I don't remember if it was Shea or Jay Williams, stuck their hand in and took the bounce. They took the bounce. What? And went in. It must have been Williams. And went in and got the layup.
Mm.
You gonna take a bounce from somebody?
Just snatched.
Snatched. I am here
Wow.
for it. But they're number one. Top defensive rating in the league right now. Not only are they young, fit, physical, but they also defend very well. They have a great game on both ends of the floor. All 15, as Shay Alexander mentioned, all of them. If you come to play with OKC, you got to be ready. And they got weapons upon weapons.
Yes, they did a great job building that team. Now, look, in the past week, the OKC Thunder, I think the basketball guys ruled in their favor, right? They played the Grizzlies without Ja Morant and Zach Edey, a completely depleted team. Then they went to the Timberwolves. Shea dropped 40. The Wolves were at full steam. But you know what, though? OKC was just too much for the Timberwolves. But then they played the Clippers. Shea's old team didn't have Kawhi, didn't have James Harden. They played the New York Knicks. It was a comeback victory. And then Isaiah Hartenstein, played his old team. He didn't have a lot of points, but he played really good defense and snatched a ton of boards. So when you look at just the past week's games, they were all at home at Chesapeake Arena. So there was an advantage there for OKC, but they outplayed everybody, and hence why the streak continues.
And it's not their fault that their top stars on these other teams were available. That wasn't part of the schedule when the NBA put it together, I'm quite sure. And we would be talking different if OKC would have lost these games. How dare you lose to the Grizzlies? You shouldn't, right? You have to win the games that you should win. I've heard someone say that before, and so they did just that. So yeah, oh well, thank you. Hallelujah.